I know it's a holiday, folks, and I hope everybody is enjoying it, but sometimes world events dictate that we step back for a minute and acknowledge things when they happen. Now, the channel has moved forward away from the accident story with the USS Fitzgerald, and we have to start talking about what the mission of that ship was and why was it a threat to our enemies in the region. What made that ship so specifically targeted for this type of removal from the battlefield? And that's exactly what happened here. You have to think about it in those terms. This asset was removed from the battlefield and pushed out of the way. And you have to ask yourself why. Well, I think today might have given us an indication of the thinking over there. Now, in case anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, the North Koreans have launched a ICBM, their most successful test to date. Flew for 37 minutes, landed 930 kilometers out to sea. The trajectory was very, very high, 1,500 miles up. But down here, an expert on these things stated that a flatter trajectory might give the missile a range of approximately 4,160 miles. And that got me thinking. See, this Arleigh Burke-class destroyer has some very specific skills, and one of those skills is anti-ballistic missiles. And if anybody doesn't believe me in this and its role, please go to the Wikipedia page and read this for yourself. It's a long, drawn-out thing, but I'm going to highlight some things here that are going to be very disturbing about what may have happened to the USS Fitzgerald. The ships of this class have also begun to demonstrate some promise as mobile anti-ballistic missile and anti-satellite weaponry platforms. And down here, in characteristics at the very bottom, so vital has the Aegis ballistic missile system defense role of the class become that all ships of the class are being updated with BMD capability. Burke production is being restarted in place of additional Zumwalt-class destroyers. I had glossed over that before. I didn't realize that. The Zumwalt-class destroyer is a very futuristic ship that is designed to, it's like a stealth ship, basically. And I didn't realize that they had stopped producing those and started producing the Burke class. Now, reading down here through, when I got into modernization, there had been this recurring theme of the Fitzgerald being dead in the water or not moving or moving slowly. It says here, in 2016, the Navy will begin outfitting of 34 Flight 2A Arleigh Burke vessels with a hybrid electric drive to lower fuel costs. And what it basically says here is this electric motor is to be attached to the main reduction gear to turn the drive shaft to propel the ship at speeds under 13 knots, such as during ballistic missile defense or maritime security operations. That's key. So the ship has to be moving slower than 13 knots to conduct ballistic missile defense operations. Now, you remember back here we talked about the 4,000 mile mark, right? 4,160 miles. Well, I did a distance calculator here from North Korea to Honolulu and came up with that. You know, they talked about Alaska, but strangely enough, look at this, folks. This X is where the Arleigh Burke was. Excuse me, the Fitzgerald was. Here's the launch platform that they launched from. Now look at this line. What do you think, folks? Straight line distance, right from the launch site, went directly over where the Fitzgerald was attacked. I think the North Koreans are lining up to hit Hawaii. I really do. I think that's why this ship had to be knocked out, because it had a mobile platform aboard that could have intercepted an ICBM. You know, some of you have mentioned this was a pre-false flag. I wonder if this was just them knocking an asset out of the way to line up for a missile strike on the United States. This is what started World War II. That sneak attack on Pearl Harbor. Boy, I tell you what. And this little thing, this little blurb about Russia and China playing peacemakers, stating that the North Koreans will refrain from launching any more missiles as long as the South Koreans and Americans don't do any joint exercises. Yeah. I don't know, folks. I'm going to leave this one up to you as well. I sure have some strong opinions on this, but you guys make the channel. You guys make it what it is. And I don't think that this now is any coincidence. They knocked out an asset that was able to intercept a missile between North Korea and Honolulu, Hawaii. And the range is exactly what they said this missile would be. So, anyway, I will leave you folks to your grilling out and celebrations. Like, share, subscribe. I know this is a shorter video, but I will definitely want to hear from you on this one. So we will see you next time. Thank you.